United with Christians around the globe on this Maundy Thursday, let us pray for the church, our troubled world, and all in need, responding to each petition with the words, "Your mercy is great." Blessed are you, holy God. Gather us all around your presence in the word. Strengthen the body of your people, even when we cannot assemble for worship. Be with this congregation called Water of Life and all of our people during this time of COVID-19. Hear us, holy God. Your mercy is great. Blessed are you, sovereign God. Inspire all people to live in peace and concord. Grant wisdom and courage to heads of state and to legislators as they face the coronavirus. Lead our elected officials to champion the cause of the needy. Hear us, sovereign God. Your mercy is great. Blessed are you, faithful God, for you accompany suffering humanity with love. Abide wherever the coronavirus has struck. Visit all who mourn their dead, all who have contracted the virus, those who are quarantined or stranded away from home, those who have lost their employment, those who fear the present and the future. Support physicians, nurses, and home health aides, medical researchers, and all health organizations in our country and the world. And we also remember those of this congregation who are in need of your healing touch and your presence. Tim Roser, Elizabeth Wilt, Jeff Belanger, Hunter Barr, John Fry, Mickey Jones, Leonard Capley, Bud Walters, Forrest Jerome, Judy Berthium, Linda Zollers, Betty Meyer, Jennifer Morrow, Myrna Gildersleeve, Nathan Miller Foster, Susan Buffard, Kathy Sproul, Peter Beatty, Jeanette Bowden, and we remember the persecuted Christian communities throughout the world. And at the end, bring us with them into your everlasting glory. Hear us, eternal God. Your mercy is great. Receive, merciful God, our prayers for the sake of Jesus Christ, who died and then rose that we might live with you, now and forever. Amen. We will end our worship this evening with a reading from Mark chapter 14. And as you're listening to me reading, put yourself in the place of some of these characters and ask yourself, would I have done this? Would I have responded this way? They went to a place called Gethsemane, and Jesus said to his disciples, "Sit here while I pray." He took Peter, James, and John along with him, and he began to be deeply distressed and troubled. "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death," he said to them. "Stay here and keep watch." Going a little further, he fell to the ground and prayed that if possible, the hour might pass from him. "Abba, Father," he said, "everything is possible for you. Take this cup from me, yet not what I will, but what you will. Then he returned to his disciples and found them sleeping. Simon, he said to Peter, are you asleep? Couldn't you watch for 1 hour? Watch and pray, so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Once more he went away and prayed the same thing. And when he came back again, he found them sleeping, because their eyes were heavy. They did not know what to say to him. Returning the third time, he said to them, are you still sleeping and resting? Enough! The hour has come. Look, the Son of Man is delivered into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us go. Here comes my betrayer. Just as he was speaking, Judas, one of the 12, appeared. With him was a crowd armed with swords and clubs, sent from the chief priests and the teachers of the law and the elders. Now the betrayer had arranged a signal with them. The one I kiss is the man. Arrest him and lead him away under guard. Going at once to Jesus, Judas said, Rabbi, and kissed him. The men seized Jesus and arrested him. Then one of those standing near drew his sword and struck the servant of the high priest, cutting off his ear. Am I leading a rebellion, said Jesus, that you have come out with swords and clubs to capture me? Every day I was with you, teaching in the temple courts, and you did not arrest me. But the scriptures must be fulfilled. Then everyone deserted him and fled. And now may the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you his peace. Amen.